Which camera was yours all the way?
I hope so. Got to be that right there.
Yeah. Got a lot of red things down there in your Vimeo. I don't know where all that's. Good evening, and welcome to Socrates Garrett Live. We're broadcasting live from right here in Jackson, Mississippi. Jackson, Mississippi, the capital of the great state of Mississippi. You know, in the early days, the capital state of Mississippi would have been down in Natchez, because everything starts out on the riverbank. And we're blessed to have the Mississippi River that flows right down the western borders of this great state. You know, the Natchez Trace. Now, the Natchez Trace, for many of you who do not know, is the highway that the Indians used for travel and for trade. They came all the way from Nashville, Tennessee to Natchez, Mississippi. And you can enjoy that route on the Natchez Trace today. It's very scenic. The only thing I don't like about it is the posted speed limits of 55. But if you want to be relaxed and enjoy the scenery, then take a trip on the Natchez Trace from Natchez to Nashville, Tennessee. Mississippi's got great history. Mississippi's got great weather. We got beautiful weather today. It's about 70 degrees. It's warm. The air is pleasant. We have zero smog. Visibility for miles. You can't say that in Los Angeles, California, and other urban cities where smog and the quality of the air are issues, but not here in this great state. We have great places for golf courses and for fishing and boating and activities. So you would wonder, why is Mississippi last on most things when we have all of the natural resources to make us, number one, the most desired place to live. Now today, if you're watching us on Facebook, then share this program with your friends and family. Call us at 800-492-5186. Or if you're watching us on YouTube, go on and subscribe to the program. We need your help there with YouTube. Our subscribers are going every day. We have 2,000 plus videos out there right now today. We have over 2,000 some subscribers, and we get millions of views on our shows. Enjoy the reels and the clips that's over on our Instagram channel. Therefore, we hope you will look at those clips and then pique your interest enough that you will come back and enjoy the entire video. Now, today it's an honor for me to have a young man that I've met here in the last 6 months that's moved into our city, and he's got different kinds of ideas. Now, they call me old school, and so I don't know exactly what they call his generation, the generation of some 30 years old, but we're going to find out. We're going to find out what the differences are in the way he thinks and the way that I think here at We Believe Digital this afternoon. Way, welcome to the show.
What's going on, Mr. Garrett?
Everything is good. Everything is good. How long you been in Jackson?
I've been in Jackson for about a year now.
About a year now.
Yeah, it's been about a year, probably. Yeah, since February of 2023. So it's been about almost a year.
Where'd you come from?
Orlando, Florida, the great Sunshine State.
The great Sunshine State.
The great Sunshine State.
Is it a state that's more desirable to be in than the great state of Mississippi?
I can say I like Mississippi, but I still like my home though. Ain't nothing better than Florida.
Florida?
Yeah, ain't nothing better than Florida water.
Y'all politics down in Florida are a little bit different from the rest of the world, though.
Yeah. It's totally different.
Yeah. I heard that once y'all wanted to ban African Americans from even coming to the state of Florida.
I don't know about that history.
You don't know anything about that? Nobody has ever told you anything like that?
Nah.
Well, Ottaway, tell me a little bit about your generation and, what do you see as important today? What's the most important thing for your generation?
Well, the most important thing for my generation is to try to, work with each other and stop killing each other. That's my generation because, that's what's going on now. It ain't the slavery. It ain't slavery going on. It's just killing each other. So, my generation, we got to just work together and try to be peacemakers and be brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? Because it's rough out here in my generation.
Well, I believe it is rough, and I do believe that you're killing each other at an alarming rate. Why is that?
It goes back to, a lot of these rap videos and things like that. People, want to look at these videos and want to look cool and carry guns and talk about dead people and things like that. And it starts a lot of beef and a lot of war, and a lot of people get killed behind that, A lot of innocent people get killed behind it. So, once somebody die, it comes with, a lot. So, with my generation, it's just that these kids be, or people people my age, 30 and up, they look at these videos and, want to, follow this or do this because somebody did that, or don't like this person because somebody else don't like him and beef with him because my homeboy don't like him. But we don't really know the situation of what's going on. Just want to be involved.
Is it anger in your generation? Is there some kind of neglect that's causing this?
Nah, it's not anger. It's I'm gonna be better than you.
It's competition.
Yeah. It's I want to be the top, and if you got more than me, I'm gonna take what you got so I can go to the top.
We used to call that crabs in the barrel syndrome. What do y'all call it?
I call it hate.
Hate?
That's what I call it.
A lot of hate going on.
A lot of hate.
A lot of haters out there.
Yeah, I call it hate. I don't see what else to call it. Because you ain't getting no money from it, so you're not getting rich off of it. And if you do get rich off of it, it ain't gonna last long.
By the way, I had an opportunity to speak to your mother on the phone last couple of weeks, and she impressed me as a young lady that has given you every opportunity and every chance to succeed in society. She said she brought you up in the church. She trained you the right way to go. She's done everything that she knows how to do to make sure you're a successful man. And I want to send a shout out to her today because, the struggle that we have with making absolutely certain that our children get a head start and that they don't get caught up in things that will take their life from them is a continuous struggle for parents of today. So, Ottaway, what do you think about, the upbringing and the start that you got?
Well, me, man, my start was like gold. I mean, my mom worked 2 jobs, me coming up. I had a business, my own business at 6th grade. I had bounce houses. She bought me 14 bounce houses. I had cotton candy machine, table, chairs, trailer. So it's like, I ain't never wanted for nothing. I in the middle school, I always wore the best clothes, the best shoes. I used to take my allowance money and go sell candy. I used to go to the store and buy a whole bunch of candy and sell on the bus, and sell in school. So that really how I became a hustler because, I started selling candy. I get my allowance money, I get lunch money because I ain't have free lunch. My mom worked too many jobs, didn't give me free lunch, so I didn't get free lunch. So with my lunch money, I didn't really eat lunch because I didn't eat school lunch. So what I do is I wait to, after school and go get me something from McDonald's. But with my allowance money, I go ahead and buy some candy and flip it and try to sell it. And, I did good.
You use the word hustle. Is that the same word? Would it be synonymous with the word that we would use as an entrepreneur or a business person? Or is there a difference between a business person, an entrepreneur, and a hustler?
Now, if you own a business or anything, there's no cap salary because you is the boss, it's a hustle. That's the new word for it. An entrepreneur is a hustler because nobody's your boss. You got to go out and get it. You got to pay the bills. You got to make it happen. If it ain't for you, ain't nothing gonna happen. So if you don't hustle to go get it, ain't nobody making no money.
Would you consider Bill Gates a hustler?
He definitely a hustler because he got his hands tied in a lot of things. Because you're going into this, you're going into that, you're going into this, you're going into that. You're a hustler. But if you're only going into one thing, you're not a hustler because your mindset is on that one income, not multiple incomes. So if you got multiple income revenues coming in, you're a hustler.
And multiple streams of income is important.
That's definitely important in this world, especially with the president we got now. You got to have all kind of income, back income, front income, side income.
You got to be hustling.
You got to be hustling.
Always for some reason, the word hustle doesn't sit well with my generation for whatever reason. I think that, we can appreciate the word I'm getting my grind on more so than, I'm getting my hustle on. I don't know. It seems as if hustle seems to indicate that you would take from the weak more so than the code of ethics of a business person. Some people can't sell cigarettes because it's against their moral upbringing and their religious beliefs. Mm-hmm. So you understand the difference in the terms?
Yeah, but how I put it, I just think everything you do is a hustle. So it don't matter if you're selling water, it don't matter if you're selling T-shirts, it don't matter if you're selling whatever you're selling. You're a hustler. When churches do fundraisers, they're hustling.
Churches cannot be in the same sentence with hustling.
I mean, they got to be able to attract the people in there. So I got to be able to have a sign and say, food, fish fry. You know what I'm saying? You out there marketing. You out there, that's called marketing advertisement. So when you're out there in the streets and trying to bring people in and bring people to, buy stuff or do anything, that's hustling because I got to bring you to it. I got to go, hey, I got this. Or we got fish for sale, $5 plates. We advertising it. We bringing in revenue.
There's nowhere in the curriculum at Jackson State or Alcorn where they got a course called hustling. They don't have that. Nah.
Well, not in the business term, but in the term where my generation is. That's what we call it.
Now, you mentioned the church would have a hustle. Would you describe a preacher as a hustler?
Nah, because the preacher, he giving you a word, so he's not really. Now hold on now. Now there is some preachers that do hustle. You understand? When they be trying to, tell you to pay 100, pay 50, pay 1,000. You know what I'm saying? Because you pay what you supposed to pay. What's in your heart. But then some pastors, they go to that other terminology when they trying to, pay 100, pay 200, and pay this and pay that. But when it's go to, you just come in, you put your offering, and that's a different thing. But I can say in some terminology when they trying to tell you what to pay, that's hustling because you're trying to get a certain amount.
We're going to have a pastor on one day to join us in this conversation because I know that my pastor would be offended if I described him as a hustler in any way.
I didn't say he was a hustler, nah.
I know you didn't say that. I'm just saying that I know it would offend my pastor to be described in that way. Even though I have some appreciation for your description of the term, it seems as if give it all they have to try to generate multiple streams of income and try to improve their standard of living and their quality of life. So
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah, because we're not saying hustling like you out in the streets and you doing this or you doing that, you doing that. Nah, hustling is you got multiple income, you're an entrepreneur, you're a jack of all trades. You can either go cut grass, you know what I'm saying? Because when I was young, we used to get a lawnmower, go to the neighborhood, make $10, $15 cutting grass. We was hustling. But we didn't know what hustling was back then. All we knew was making money.
Wow. This is Socrates Garrett Live. We're getting ready to go to a station break. We're going to come back and continue to talking with Wade, as he's referred to. I really don't know his full name, but Wade works for him and it works for me. So we want you to stay tuned. Come join us right after this commercial.
Hey, have you heard about the Accountable Card? It's more than a card. It's a complete mobile banking service that's accountable to all of us. You'll get a no credit check debit card good anywhere Visa is accepted to make purchases, deposits, even get or transfer cash with an FDIC insured bank account managed from our smartphone app. There's even a pre-approved no interest line of credit if you need emergency cash. So why go to the bank when you can have ours in your pocket? Get accountable. Just download our app today. Hey, have you heard about the Accountable Card? It's more than a card. It's a complete mobile banking service that's accountable to all of us. You'll get a no credit check debit card good anywhere Visa is accepted to make purchases, deposits, even get or transfer cash with an FDIC insured bank account managed from our smartphone app. There's even a pre-approved no interest line of credit if you need emergency cash. So why go to the bank when you can have ours in your pocket? Get accountable. Just download our app today.
Welcome back to Socrates Garrett Live. We're having a real interesting conversation with a young man of another generation. You know, as I said earlier, I'm old school, and I guess that makes him new school or young school. I'm not sure exactly what they call themselves in that generation. But we're having an interesting dialogue, and we're trying to associate some of the differences between what I see and how I see things.
Let me see it.
And what's going on. So I want you to hold for just 1 second. Let me check with my engineer here. Are we
Jackie.
live?
Yeah, we live.
Jackie?
Jackie.
A few technical difficulties. We want to make absolutely certain that this program has the audio and everything that's required for it to be heard and seen all over the world. If you're watching us on Facebook, we want you to share this program with your friends and family and send us stars. If you're watching us on YouTube, then go on and subscribe to the program. We need your help with those subscriptions. So again, I'm getting a signal that we're having audio difficulties. Stay tuned. We're going to take a break and we'll be right back. Let's go to a commercial.
You can't hear him?
Like
Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. It's not really moving up as far as it should. Turn it all the way up. Testing 1
Hey,
2.
have you heard about the accountable card? It's more than a card.
Testing
It's a
1
complete
2.
mobile
Testing
banking
1
service
2.
That's accountable to all of us.
Move the
You'll get
mic.
a
I don't know
no-credit
if it's
check
doing
debit card
anything at
good
all.
anywhere
You don't let
Visa
people
accepts.
on?
Testing
Make
1 2.
purchases, deposits,
Testing
even
1
get
2
or transfer
3.
cash with an FDIC
Testing 1
insured
2
bank account
3.
managed from our smartphone.
Testing
There's
1
even a
2
no
3.
interest line of credit if you need emergency cash. So why
louder
use the
now.
bank?
Testing
Have ours in
1
your
2
pocket.
3.
Get accountable. Just
Test
download our
test.
app today.
Huh?
Hit the mic. Hit
I
it.
can hear you now. You can hear it on here on the computer. And it has a delay.
Testing 1 2 3. You good?
Yeah, we good.
All right.
No, that's no. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back. This is Socrates Garrett Live. We're broadcasting live from right here in Jackson. We had a brief intermission for a commercial break and some technical difficulties, but now we're back and we're going to continue this conversation. All the way, I think that the difference in my generation and your generation can be found in several ways, but the music is tremendously different. Do you think that the music of today is influencing our young people, causing them to create crimes and do bad things?
I get you. I can say yes. The music is a big influence on the crime rates right now. The music is influencing on a lot of RICO cases and a lot of things that are going on right now in the world with a lot of these rappers and local rappers. It is the music. The music is a bad influence. Every day, a rapper drop a song about killing somebody. You know what I'm saying, or somebody being killed, or somebody ain't this or this song. So it's like the generation, and now it started off with the younger generation. Now you see the older generation dropping diss tapes and things like that. So the music is definitely, a big problem in the world right now.
Well, let me ask you this, because I enjoy country music, and the reason I enjoy it is because it's really telling life stories about how hard it was in the mountains up there in Nashville and Kentucky. Country, the lyrics were always telling stories of lifestyles. And so isn't the rap music just reflecting on lifestyles in your generation?
It is. And the lifestyle is promoted is not a good lifestyle.
Well, is country a good lifestyle? Country music a good lifestyle?
I mean, I don't see a lot of country artists, going to jail or getting in beef. So the country music is not what it is now. It is the urban music that is, making things, bad, because everyone listen to, these new artists coming up. I'm speaking about the urban industry, not the country. And I don't know anything about country music, so I don't know anything about country, beef or country artists, but I can speak a lot about, the urban industry and the new generation.
Your generation is not into country music?
Nah, I'm a 90s baby. We came up with Tupac, Biggie, Lil Wayne, Jeezy, Gucci Mane. We came up with a lot of artists, you gotta tell my boy Yo Gotti, things like that.
You didn't come up with Charlie Pride and Dolly Parton and all of those artists?
I ain't never heard them day in my life. I came with the oldest artist I can name is, the Isley Brothers and, Silk, but, they all talk about, going in the bedroom. So they're promoting things too that kids watch and come up, and making all these dances and, making these babies and things because they listen to this music and songs and,
How the way you used the term RICO a moment ago, and I'm not sure I understand what that means. Can you enlighten me?
I really can't speak about a RICO, but I can say it's a lot of stuff going on right now, but I can't speak about that right now.
Okay, and so as I understand it, I can speak to it to the fact that it was a tool that the government used to charge everybody with everything under certain statutes that you were involved in murder and you was in the car and your friend was somewhere nearby. They could just charge everybody for the same crime. And so you don't have to speak on it because I understand that you have some code of ethics in your community. It's like, I think the term, we don't snitch was originated in your generation. I don't know what that means.
Stitches in my generation, they get stitches.
Snitches in your generation get stitches.
Yeah, and we stand on that, on that policy.
Why is that, Ottaway? I mean, isn't it more appropriate to say that we have to eliminate the crime element out of our communities, which requires us to be model citizens and to see something, say something? Michelle Obama said, do something. Your generation doesn't subscribe to that at all?
I mean, we can stick together and talk to the community and try to get everybody together and try to stop things before it happens. But far as, going to the stand and all that, we're not doing none of that. Not my generation. I don't know about nobody else, but, as far as crime stopping and stopping the crime before it starts, we're big on that. We're real big on the peace and trying to bring people together. I know my neighborhood, where I'm from Orlando, shot in Lake Man, that's where I'm born and raised, and, if you in Orlando or if you in Florida, heard about us on the news plenty of times, but, we coming together and,
So let me get this right. So your code of ethics says that you are involved being proactive to try and circumvent crime, but once the crime happens, then you go silent.
No, it ain't that. It's not. If you're not involved, I was always told if you got nothing to do with it, mind your business.
If you ain't got nothing to do with it,
mind your business.
Mind your business.
If it's somebody's life and death situation and you can save somebody's life, then save their life, 100%. But if you're going to involve yourself in something you got no business doing, you might want to mind your business.
You use that code to stay alive from fear of retribution, or is it just?
That's the code of life.
It's the code of life. It's not written in.
Take care of your family and friends, and help others. But if you mind somebody else's business that's not yours, you might catch yourself in the wrong, and you might be messed up, or you might catch yourself in a RICO because you mind their business. You don't know what they got going on. Let them handle their business. But if you can prevent something from happening, prevent it, but don't involve yourself in it.
So you're not much into neighborhood watch and neighborhood association and all that stuff.
I mean, that's prevention. That's stopping it before it happens.
So you're into that part of it.
Yeah, that's stopping it before. That's us coming together and telling the young guy, hey man, put that gun down, or don't walk down the street with that, or or you say you're gonna do that. Nah, it's another way you can do it. Don't go over there and kill him. Maybe y'all can talk about it, work it out. You know what I'm saying? That's crime prevention. But as far as like sticking your head and getting in the middle of somebody's stuff, you ain't gonna do that.
So
you might end up dead trying to stop something that you ain't got nothing to do with. So what you gonna get out of it when you dead? We're trying to stop somebody else stuff.
It's called responsibility. It's called being an adult. It's called saying that I have to intervene. I have to try and show them a different way. If I walk up on a man beating his girlfriend or his wife.
Yeah, that's prevention. You stop.
No, I said if I walk up on him and he is beating his girlfriend or his wife, I must intervene.
Yeah, I said life or death situation. That's a situation, that's trauma that someone has to be. Because I can say I had a story. I was out in Vegas for the Super Bowl, and we at the Cosmo Hotel. We all down there just vibing, chilling. I'm with a couple artists, and this drunk. I'm gonna tell you a story. So this drunk guy grabbed this girl. He grabbed her, and my uncle, he's probably about 50 something. He was like, nephew, what's going on? I said, I don't know, uncle. So we go over there and tell the dude to stop. So the dude swang on me. I swang on him. My uncle choked him out. So now we drag him out to the front of the hotel by valet. Now security's called. Security come. When security come, they got the drunk guy now, and they got the lady to the side. Now they talking to us. So then they find a bag of cocaine on the ground. So now the security trying to kick us out the hotel because they think that we dropped the bag of cocaine, but it was the girl who dropped out her purse when we was pulling the guy off her, pulling him out. She dropped out her purse, but we jumped in a situation and almost got us put out the hotel because we had nothing to do with it.
Well,
but we stopped it from happening.
Sounds like you almost caught some charges for cocaine possession.
No, they got cameras all through the hotel. We didn't catch no charges, but the fact that they watched the cameras, but the fact that it was that we involved ourselves in a situation when they was a couple and we had nothing to do with it, but he was pulling on her. So as men, we did step in, but it was a consequence that came along after the fact.
Now, the way I'm concerned about the young leaders, African American males in particular, that have found themselves in difficult positions that I don't think they ought to be in. Specifically, all of the things that are going on in Jackson with the elected officials and all of the conspiracy theories and bribery theories that have been alleged. Was anything like that going on down in Orlando where you came from, or is this just new to Jackson?
Nah, and when it comes to politics and things like that, when people get power, that's like the person in the neighborhood. They catch a RICO because they got power. So when someone sees that you have power and that you doing stuff and you got a lot of money and you doing this, they always come up with some kind of theories or some kind of conspiracy or some kind of RICO or some kind of laundering. But that happens with politics, business owners, property owners. It happens with anybody.
But it can be avoided.
Yeah, it can be avoided if everybody go by the book, but a lot of people money hungry out here, so they don't go by the book. They try to be greedy, and as far as like the PP loans and things like that, they try to grab everything they can grab. Because in the society, with how we live it now, you don't know when the money gonna run out.
What do you mean? We don't know when the money gonna run out. Money is not a stream. What are you talking about? How is it supposed to run out?
I mean, just like how they shut the government down before, and all the banks and everything were closed. Money was frozen and things like that, and they was eating cheeseburgers in the White House when they shut the government down that time, and they shut down all the government offices and things like that. So when they shut down the government, they shut down all banks and things like that. What you gonna do? Jobs. Ain't no money out there. So people trying to grab everything, we don't know what the president gonna do. We don't know what the world will come to. We don't know. We might be a war zone soon. We don't know.
So you're gonna hold on to your money as best you can, or
bury it in the ground.
Bury it in.
As you can.
So you mentioned the recent election of the president. Do you see the election of President-elect Donald J. Trump as something negative to black people, or are you reading that a little bit different than most?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. This is how I feel. I don't really care about politics because, the world is the world. At the end of the day, we're gonna live how we live. We're gonna die how we die. We can't change the world. You know what I'm saying? I believe in God, so hey, whatever happens, happens. It don't, end of the day, we just gotta, like I say, hustle.
That doesn't seem to be a God philosophy that you just subscribe to. We are very religious people in the African American community, probably more religious than any other race. And we believe in the here and after, and life after death, and heaven. And that's what holds us to a certain moral standard. If you don't have a good religious background or foundation, if you don't subscribe to the 10 Commandments, then you may do anything, and there's nothing to stop you from doing it. So would you subscribe to the fact that religion plays a tremendous part in keeping the society safe?
I mean, that's what I said. I believe in God, you know what I'm saying? I really don't, I think God got more power than the president. So, if he wants the world to do this, it's going to do that. If he wants the world to do that, it's going to do this. As far as like, me saying that Trump is a bad person or saying Kamala's a bad person, I really didn't, I don't know them. So I don't know what they'll do. Somebody can say anything on TV, but you really don't know what they're going to do in their mind. I can tell you, yeah, I'm going to do this and do that. But once I get in there, I might not do none of it.
We're running out of time. I've enjoyed this conversation, this dialogue with this young man. There are tremendous differences between us. There's a gap there, and there's no bridge that I can identify that helps us reach one another. And so we're going to continue to struggle with that. And young leaders are falling by the wayside faster than ever before. We have less wealth in our communities. We got more political corruption cases going on in our community, not just in the mayor of Jackson, but the mayor of New York City is caught some charges the other day as well. So African Americans are in trouble. And the recent elections just indicated to me that we've been pushed down to a position of totally being irrelevant. And we got to change that and find a way to reach these young people and try and find a way that we can have a dialogue that would assist them in improving their quality of life and their life expectancy. That's tremendously important. But we appreciate you joining us this evening. Any final remarks before we go?
Nah, shout out to everybody, and hey, make sure y'all subscribe, share, and we'll be back,
Thanks for watching, and until the next time, good evening.
Peace, we out.
Mic's off?
Yes.
Okay. All right, partner. Well, that's interesting. They would be like, what the heck? That is interesting.
You see a freestyle, hey.
I said, where did they get him from? What